Okay, 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 okay. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Oh boy. Here we go. Whew. I am so scatterbrained today. Not just scatterbrained, just everything is everywhere all at once. Best movie ever. Um, let's see. I'm still not entirely set up over here. I'm trying to do a million things at the same time. So, what is going on with me? Why am I always streaming so late? I think it's just the time of year it is. There's just a lot going on. I mean, there's also just like a culmination of several things happening. I mean, last night was a date that went past midnight. Couldn't help that. And then tonight was somebody was hosting like a memorial dinner for their aunt that passed away, and you know, we don't get together all the time, so it was a dinner that went late. Can't help it. I would love to start streaming closer to 9 or even earlier all the time, but life is just so crazy. It's so crazy. Getting all the stream stuff set up. Thank you for being here, Aliana, and thank you for like wondering where the hell I am and why I'm streaming so late. Well, this definitely isn't me calming down. It is me focusing. I feel super hectic at the moment. Am I overstimulated? That's just life, homie. For somebody with complex PTSD and anxiety, that's just my existence. I am overstimulated all the time, all the time. Which is actually it's a really cute, really cute date idea last night, and at some point she'll start watching these streams, I'm sure, and I'll stop being able to talk about this so openly. Hell, like I'm gonna stop. But after our first date, she was like, I've like, we overshared on our first date. Perfect. That's my style. And I shared that like I never learned how to go to bars, which to some people that sounds so confusing, because why would you have to learn how to go to a bar? But like anytime I'm at a bar, my brain goes, okay, figure out what you're supposed to be doing. Surely you should be doing something, but there's nothing to do. Like, there's nothing you're supposed to do at a bar. Oh, and forgive me for this. I had an interview earlier today, and I took this out of the background. Maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe that would have been a good thing to share. But so I shared the bar thing, and I also shared that, like, weirdly enough, I get panic attacks from art. Art is terrifying for me, like especially like a blank page. Blank pages freak me out. And her second date idea was like, why don't we go to a bar you've never been to before, and I'll bring my watercolors and we can go sit in a corner and do watercolors. And I was like, I think that would sound weird to most people, but I'm down, because like I'm looking for somebody that's gonna make me feel like I can be secure doing whatever, and like I'm totally safe and there's nothing that's gonna go wrong. So if this works, it's gonna work. It'll be great. Sure enough, it was freaking great. It's freaking great. And then I put the moves on, and then she kissed me. So it was a good date. It was a good date. Oh yeah, that's totally me. Where I had to be like super upfront about being like, I don't know how to do this. I am completely clueless about how to do this. So that's where I'm coming from. And why does my YouTube show that I still have my title screen up? Whatever. But I was like, but I've learned, like, I've gained enough, like, I've come through the trauma. I know I have confidence in myself. I realize that I have things to be confident about, so I can do that. And then the most important thing is that I can actually vocalize my interest in a person. That's the hardest part, but I'm gonna do it, and it worked out. It worked out. And then my absolute favorite part, and I don't know if anybody who's not a millennial will get this, but my absolute favorite part of the conversation last night was when she was saying that she doesn't have a tolerance for horror movies, and absolutely none for any level of gore. And I was like, any level? Like, what about Tremors? And she goes, Tremors is different. And I go, oh my god, you're so attractive. Tremors is special. Wait, how are we down to 2 viewers? We had Aliana, Billy Blee, and OMG Sticks just a second ago. Well, at a minimum, what I should do is get the debate slides up. And now I'm in that phase where I have to check the phone. I have to text back. There's 3 for you. Okay, well then maybe we got all 3 in here. Maybe the streamer side is just busted. Now it says 4. Like, we're jumping up and down between 2 and 4. It's crazy. Things are wild in here. But you know, I watch Parker Get a Job and Dean Withers. I watch their debates. They're more grating than I hope to be. Like, I feel like they want to get combative, and they enjoy that, and they do the whole laughing at their interlocutor. And to be fair, the one clip I have up that's 3 minutes long, that guy came in hot, and I was gonna give it as well as he gave it. So yeah, I was laughing at that guy, but I don't tend to want to do that. And I actually don't think I would have been doing that if the person were actually talking to me in Discord. But I remember listening to Parker Get a Job recently, and somebody was talking to him about accusing him of being paid by the DNC. And he was like, dude, like, I'm just a kid from Iowa, and I just started streaming, and I started streaming every day, and I had like an average of 5 people in my stream forever, and I'm happy that that's you guys, and I am not deterred by it. I love having you guys here. It's really cool to me that y'all have become my regulars. I appreciate you, and also I'm proud of you, as always. Y'all got anything to be proud of that you would like somebody to be proud with you? Because a lot of times nobody asks us that. Nobody gives us an invitation to be proud of something with them. So I want to give y'all that opportunity. I can be proud of something that y'all have done with you. So if you want to brag about something, I'll be proud of you for that. Sorry, I haven't put up the work we're doing yet, but I at least wanted the debate slides up. You hired a worker? Can I ask for what? So I hired my first ever worker on creative jobs. As an elder millennial, your lack of cynicism is going to make me revoke your generational card. Hell yeah. I want more people to be boldly earnest. It should be freaking cool. Nobody can put me down if I am giving out positivity. I'm be like, suck it up. Grow up. Receive my kindness. General digital media work, creating posters, managing my finances, looks for land for me to buy in his country. He's going to manage the development of all the land I will buy in his country. Wow. How do you decide on who your first worker is? Oh, are y'all You want to see my watercolor art? Because I kept it. And it's also a perfect example of my neurodivergence because I forgot that I put it in my jacket pocket, so it got a little bent, but hey, that's just the way things are. Your God decides for you. So I feel like I have a very rudimentary elementary schooler understanding of art, and that's because it was never safe for me to experiment, so I had to just put it aside and never do it, ever. OMG Sticks is gone. Okay, so she had me choose a topic, like a random thingamajiggy, and there was like a cool antler chandelier outside at this bar that we were at. I took a picture of it, and then inside the bar there were some antlers up on some shelves, and so I saw the antlers. I was like, okay, what's that? What's an antler name? Or an antler thing. I don't want to say like a deer. I don't want to say antlers. Like, you know what? How about a jackalope? We'll do a jackalope. So we both painted jackalopes, and hers was really great, and mine, because I will tell you, I have not done watercolors in almost 30 years. Maybe it has even been 30 years. So here is my jackalope. There's my embarrassing art that she said was so good, and I am grateful for her for that. They're on the wrong screen? What do you mean they're on the wrong screen? Nice dog. Oh, thank you. Dog with antlers and rabbit ears. What does it mean that my debate slides are on the wrong screen? It's above my head, not to my left. Right, so it's up here, right? It's got like the little bit of a debate queue here, so debate or casual chat, and above that is the debate topics. And then over here is where I'm gonna put what we're working on. Does anybody have a preference for what we work on tonight? I feel like I'm a little out of focus. Let me fix that real quick. I could just do another like debate topic research. If anybody, you know what, that's fun. If you see a debate topic up there that you want to do research on, like you feel like there's something you could learn more about, pick one. Happy to do whatever debate topic you want to do. Alternatively, we can work on a script for another video. And what else? I want to say we can work on what I hope to do a renewed Declaration of Independence, which is citing the grievances against the federal system that we've made, and I think it's necessary. I think the framers did a good job of figuring out the steps for doing this, and I think creating a list of grievances would be important, both for us, for the people who follow us, for those that aren't convinced, and for the rest of the world. I think it's a very important thing to do. Where's my webcam? There it is. Yeah, there we go. Now I'm clear. I got confused. What I mean by I let my God decide is someone begs me for help, so I give them a job. I mean, as long as they're qualified, it's a good system. Minimum wage in his country is $60 a month. Giving him $200 a month. All right. Offered it as charity, but he was like, no, I do whatever you ask of me now. You changed my life. Oh my God. That's cool. And we're not allowed to know what country you're talking about? Okay. And you're buying land in Nigeria? Is this like a reverse scam? All right, nobody has any opinion on what we want to work on tonight. I guess I will just go to debate topic number 4, and we'll just work on that. Actually, did I finish debate topic number 3? Oh, also somebody said something about talking about gender being against Twitch TOS last night, and I looked it up. I looked up both the community guidelines and TOS, and I don't see where it's in there. What is this? Why am I up here? He finds me a landlord and I buy the land directly from the landlord, no middleman. Okay. I mean, I wasn't being serious about any kind of scam. It's just like normally people get an email from Nigeria, and that you're finding somebody to work for you in Nigeria. Okay, where are we at? Did I even finish debate topic number 2? Oh no, this is debate topic number 3. Okay. No, go back. Debate topic number 3 is the military owes allegiance to the Constitution, not to the president. No. Aliana, you're in my stream every night. I trust you, inherently. If you were a person not to be trusted, you would be a person who's up here in my stream every night trying to troll me, right? What the hell? Why? Okay, back to it. Again, if anybody sees a debate topic up above that they want to do our like pre-debate research on, find a topic that you're interested in, you are welcome to choose one. You're also welcome to propose debate topics to me, because I don't think of everything. Okay, right now, the next one up is Trump unlawfully defunded agencies and programs created by Congress. So, that's where we're at. Well, I can't say that I smoke weed. I would never say that. Debate topic 4. I'll go ahead and share screen. Oh, don't do that. There we go. Where's our research document? Hey, okay. If I'm ever in Toronto, I'll send you a DM. I don't know that I can't say it. I'm sure I can say it, and saying it doesn't mean I do. But I'll hedge my bets, and I will say that I won't say that I smoke weed. I didn't get where I am in life by not being overly cautious. I won't say it's the healthiest mentality, but, you know, I got where I am. How's the music volume? Can I duplicate this? I can. That's what I want to do. Why isn't... Oh, okay. Because I haven't changed it yet. Cool. And how is the music vibe? Because, like, this is the, like, playlist that I've set up for myself for working on the channel, and I haven't gotten anybody else's feedback on how they feel about the music vibe. Gotta trust my regulars. Alright, alright, alright. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. Here we go. I'm gonna have to add some more music at some point because it can't be the same songs every single night. I imagine once I make another video, I will have more music to add to it because I made music for, I say I made music, I don't want to claim that. The music was developed for my 30-minute video, or not all of it, but some of it, and then when I found music I liked, I added it to the playlist. Okay, we got that up. Like I said, I'm so super scatterbrained tonight, I can't, like, stay on track with even the most simple of tasks. Girl got nothing flustered. Nope. Okay. Where is... Not that. There we go. Don't, no. I have a problem with getting invested super fast. I am trying to moderate myself. A rap music video of Michael Jordan. I like playing around with the music making AI, I gotta say. Did Jordan ever do rap? I know he played baseball for some reason. Al Capone did rap? What are you talking about? Billy Blee, I trust you. Is you got a YouTube channel? Hold on. Hold on.
We will make America strong again. We will make America safe.
I went straight to the other video.
We will make America great again. Thank you, Arizona. Thank you.
Apparently Billy Blee's a Trump supporter.
On the whole damn show, gotta take a hit that lays you low. The swamp they thought they had me beat, sent me packing down to my floor.
Oh no.
But it don't matter,
You sent us your YouTube channel.
I'm watching all the ratings grow. Down in the South, they're calling my name to get back in the DC game. Got a true social in my left hand, a MAGA rally in my right hand. This next move's called Drain the Swamp, knocks the fake news off their wrong. My spirit, it just can't be broke. Their witch hunt is a total joke.
Is this making fun of him or?
That's the plan, so long, old guard, I'm the man.
I don't know, Billy Blee. This seems to be picking up his vibe.
They dragged me through their crooked court, thought that guilty was their last resort. Then a bullet came flying in the July air, tore my ear, but I just stood right there. The more they hit, the more I climbed.
Ugh.
Bag of folks stand in line down in the South. They saw
We've discovered Billy Blee's true identity.
social in my left hand, a MAGA rally in my right hand. This next move
Thought everything was in his right hand earlier.
knocks the fake news off their wrong. My spirit, it just can't be broke. Their witch hunt is a total
Billy Blee, explain.
that's the plan, so long.
Did Billy Blee run away? It is AI.
The people follow the rallies. And the rallies, they follow the truth. And the truth follows.
Covfefe? No way.
What's coffee?
Got a true social in my left hand, a MAGA rally in my right hand. This next move called Drain the Swamp, knocks the fake news off their wrong. My spirit,
Knock them off their wrong?
their witch hunt is a total joke.
Billy Blee, why did you go so quiet?
I'm so long, old guard, I'm the man.
Oh god. Oh no. So embarrassing. Trump is full of jokes. Jokes. Oh god. Oh god. It's the firefighter that God shot. Oh god. Woo. Woo. Okay, now to the video that you actually wanted me to.
From North Carolina.
Does the music that I play on my channel is it obviously AI? Hey, where's my mouse is on the wrong screen. Stop it. Get some help. I make that reference all the time, and this is the most perfect moment to use that reference. Stop it. Get some help.
At guard. And 6. Stop the debate.
Turn the lights down. I'm not here to compete. I'm here to dominate.
I took it personal, yeah, every single night. You play it for the camera.
I wish I knew how to do video AI this well.
The bad boys down to their trembling knees. I didn't switch the zip code, didn't run for help. I stayed in the fire and I did it by myself. Flu game fever, 23 degrees, collapsed on the floor, but I still got the keys. You chasing the ghost, man, you chasing the air. Look up at the rafters, I'm waiting for you there. No low management, I played 82. That's the difference between a God and you. I set the standard, there is no next. 6 gold rings, I don't need to send a text. I am the serious, the brightest in the sky. You can learn to jump, but you can never learn to fly. Don't talk about the goal.
Oh, Maddie, I didn't even...
Don't talk about the
I thought you were somebody else, Maddie. Hi, Maddie. How are you doing?
stand on the mountain, forever alone.
I love my regulars. I love you guys. Y'all are wonderful.
They ask me, Mike, which ring is your favorite one? Is it the first taste or the last setting sun? I like the cigar, let the smoke fill the room. Let's talk 96, let's talk about the doom. Coming off a loss.
Okay,
now
I
we came
can't.
for
I
the
can't
neck.
anymore. I can't. Okay, I say I can't, but now I have to share my own cringe. Y'all ready to get cringe? Let's bring this out into its own window. How I want to do this. So I've got this up on my other Google account, so I can't share that one. This is serious cringe. I mean, it was serious cringe. Sorry, Billy Boy. No, that's not what I want. Playlists? Is this where it is? Yeah. Okay. I've played around with the Suno AI music maker, so I will share a couple of my favorite ones that I've ever made. I made a blues song sung by Eurydice after Orpheus turned back to look at her as they were leaving Hades, and the song is from Eurydice's perspective after she realizes that you know what, Orpheus was a loser, but there is a god down here in hell who is without a woman 9 months out of the year. Fun nerd shit.
You turned around too soon, my dear.
See if I can share lyrics up on screen.
Just disappear. You couldn't trust I walk your way.
Hey, you know what? I've got a Google document up. I can just paste it there.
So now I dance where the shadows play. Hate is clean. With
This is what everyone tuned in for.
To a queen lacking warmth, short on grace. Persephone run, but I will
Anybody a
stay
fan of Greek mythology in here?
and take the crown she throws away.
I'm actually surprised at how well it was able to handle the
You
blues.
drop the tune, yeah, we can scare.
Maybe you're a fan of Greek mythology?
Left me bare in the silence there.
This is the channel that you followed.
Now I've got my mic, my own damn song, and his kiss that proves you got it wrong.
Okay, all right. We'll be done with that since it's so cringe. I know.
Would be too good for you. Persephone steps.
Ooh, that audio got real messed up. You're pondering what you're doing with your life because you aren't making AI music. All very coordinated. I feel like putting the emotion into the lines is like I didn't expect that to be easy. And then my other one is Dumb and Silly. Anybody play Dungeons and Dragons?
His touch consumes. It leaves no trace.
Surely somebody in here. Surely somebody plays Dungeons and Dragons in here, right? If no one does, then I won't play this song. Because no one would get it.
Hades or cold, don't scare me none.
Asking AI to make a hit country song.
I can't do that.
I danced with death and I didn't run.
I'll check that out later.
You longed for warmth when she was away.
If it's your own video, sure.
Now I'm
All right, I'll skip the next video. Nobody plays D&D. Okay, let's get to work. Back to the usual playlist.
And darling, now it is my turn.
Oh, you know D&D? Okay, then it's barely worth it. It's barely worth it. Hopefully it'll be funny to some degree because I wrote the majority of the lyrics. And now the music is loud. I wrote a song from the perspective of that guy. You know, that guy. Let me see. Play it. There we go.
Yeah, I'm late again, but time's fake. Like alignment charts of your paladin's face. I brought a half-filled sheet and a bag of chips. Forgot my dice, not what I got equipped. My rogue's got fangs and a demon pack. Also a gun, yeah, I homebrewed that. The town's on fire, I seduce the flames. I roleplay deep, you just play games.
Session 0, yeah, I forgot. Loot split unfair. Hey, I helped a
This might cover a broad swath of that guy.
remorse and neutral about your feelings, of course. I am the main quest, baby. Check the lore. 20 pages of trauma, and I'm adding more. DM drops hints, nah, I kick down doors. I don't follow arcs, I improve yours.
The D&D Logic comedy series? I haven't. I don't think. I may have seen one. With the, was it the Peasant Cannon?
I'm a solo elf. Killed the king, now that was this guy's self. Told the party that the sword was cursed and took it anyway. I found it first.
Yeah, told the bard how to run her scene. I'm helping, bro. It's called a team. Don't call me murder hobo. I've got a rule. If it's got HP, it's getting school. I am the main quest. What you didn't hear. Side plots vanish when I appear. You had a moment.
Me jealous heck nah. Watch me upstage ya. Riding in on Vecna. You can stream the D&D Logic comedy series? Why? So that was my fun little D&D song.
I don't think that's what your character would do. Look, I'm not a rules lawyer. I'm just right.
Not a rules
My
lawyer, I'm just
barbarian
right.
might not know that, but I do. Can I PvP real quick? Just feels
Just feels story accurate. Okay, okay. Look, when I start streaming at or after midnight, it's hard to work. Really? Well, at the risk of being told I'm doing something wrong, I'll look that up real quick. Besides, I haven't had anybody tell me what they want to work on, so I assume that means y'all don't want to work on anything. You found it. Oh, okay, good. Good. I hope a far-right crazy comes into chat, too. That's when we have the best times. And I really wish I could get somebody not just in chat, but up on Discord chat. For some reason, everybody who comes, like every righty that comes into this stream is like, oh, I don't do Discord. Is there like another way I should be doing to like bring people up? Like it's not a TikTok live, and I don't have like a call-in phone number. Right, I was D&D logic. Is there a specific video, Maddie? That is not how you do that. Poop McDinglefart. Try that one. Okay. Do righties not like Discord? What's that about?
You guys excited for the new campaign?
Oh man, I've got such a good feeling about this one.
I know, I'm so looking forward to a proper D&D campaign, right the way from level 1 to level 20.
There's nothing that says they allow streaming.
Okay, here.
I feel like you're getting me in trouble. Do they have a statement somewhere? I don't trust that. I don't trust it. Well, you know what, Aliana? Not only am I so good-natured that I want to tell people I'm proud of them and that I have hope for the world and everything, I also just have an aversion to breaking rules. I have a hard time with that. I'm weird. I'm weird like that. It's the what do they call that? What do they call the type of misogyny when you build it into yourself and it's entrenched in you? It's internalized. I have internalized religious guilt, but I can't just divorce myself from it. So yeah, that is in a sense what it is. But it's like it's not conscious self-hatred. It's deeply buried that someone else planted in my brain. Polar opposite. I've got a lot of rules someone built into my head that anxiety. Well, the anxiety comes from all the built-in rules and fear of what happens when they're broken. The really sad thing is like dude, I'm telling you, the date went super well last night. But all day today, my brain has been like, when's the bad thing gonna happen? When's the bad thing gonna happen? When's the bad thing gonna happen? You know something bad's gonna happen. When's it gonna happen? You know something bad's gonna happen. Like nothing good just happens. You get kicked in the ass. That's what's gonna happen. So you just gotta wait for it. It's gonna happen. No, I don't think the rules are built on the anxiety. The rules were expected of me, and that's where the anxiety came from, was all the expectation. I take anxiety meds too, but that doesn't like stop the anxiety. It just dampens it. Like I can't imagine what it would be like if I weren't taking it. Murphy's Law. Oh, mine's just shitty parents. Mine is after your sister that's 6 years older than you was born, had a vasectomy. And then when you came along, you know what? Fuck it. My mom may have. She may have had it. Maybe. But I didn't get to know her well enough to know. I could see it. I could see that. I think my dad has ADHD. I got a really good clue. We're just venting tonight. Tonight's just chatting. I got a really good clue a few months ago. I think it was 4th of July. I saw my friend's dad, and he knew that I was like, I had cut my dad out for 3 years, and he knew I was not a fan. And he was like, "Hey, you remember when we went to Salt Lake City? Like you and your dad came with us on that trip, and we didn't ask your dad to pay for anything, but he said that like on the last night of the trip, he would take everybody out and he would pay for everyone, and that would be like a big celebration dinner, and that would be his contribution." And then we went to dinner, and he just didn't pay for everyone. Like he just didn't do it. And he was trying to tell me, like, "Hey, your dad's an asshole, right?" And I'm like, "Wait, did my dad have ADHD? Is that what just happened? That sounds like me." And like, I wouldn't have done it on purpose at all. I would have just forgotten. If somebody had reminded him, he might have done it. He might have paid for it. He might not have because he was an asshole. But did he not do it because he just didn't remember? I have anxiety so bad, I hallucinate audibly and visually. It came from my emotionally abusive family, I think. All my trauma relates to them, at least. I take skills, too. Yeah. His dad told me that, and then I looked at my friend, and I was like, remember when I said, like, for the road trip, I would pay for gas? And then, like, I just totally forgot, and then you and Wilson just were like, "Hey, Austin, remember you said you would pay for gas?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll gladly pay for gas." I just totally forgot that was the thing that I said. For sure. I'm not gonna, like, apologize for him. I'm not gonna, like, say anything he does is forgivable, but it's, like, ADHD is super genetic, and I see it in my daughter exactly the way I've got it, which makes me go, wait, did one of my parents have it, and they have it the same way I did? And so it's just kind of funny to me that my dad may have been like that. A different, more forgivable way. No, just a different way. Just also unforgivable. Is it solely genetic, Maddie? Or is it just mostly genetic? And now I've got the classic dilemma of, do more people have ADHD today, or is it just more diagnosed? Because now I'm sitting here going, is ADHD somehow like a breeding advantage? Are ADHD people having more kids? It's evolutionary. I think what it is probably like we have a more technologically driven society, and so that just brings out the ADHD in the people that have it. That makes sense to me. So I choose to believe it's true. That's Know Nothing Attorney here. That's how we do things. If we hear a thing that sounds right, we adopt it. We're righties now, boys. Please define your epistemology. Ooh, sounds good. I take for anxiety. I keep switching up my anxiety and my depression meds. Anxiety, I take buspirone. I would say that my ex-sister-in-law and I were bus buddies for the Buspar. According to a recent meta-analysis of twin studies, the heritability of ADHD is estimated at 77 to 88%. Damn, that's a pretty high heritability rate. That's pretty solid. I can bet that my kid's gonna have ADHD, huh? It's funny because the date and I were talking about the possibility of kids in the future. So now I have to think, well, I guess I'll just bring another ADHD kid into the world. Which is fine because she thinks she has ADHD too, so. Like, okay, so we're talking about it from like two different directions. And I say that I'm going to do something for the project every day. So what I'm saying today is community building, internal community building. We are building community amongst ourselves, building that base, strengthening the connection we have between streamer and regulars. That's what we're doing today as the project step. Dude, we're 36 and I just got out of a 9-year marriage. Like, she's 36 too. Kind of got to talk about it. What are you interested in a relationship? Do you still want kids? Is that on your mind? Is that what we're doing? Got to know if that's on the table or not. At least from the point where we both go, okay, I think this is going well. Like, this could be something. So, like, let's talk about, like, the other stuff. Taking clock's a thing, man. Taking clock's a thing, at least for the ladies. Gotta be considerate of that. I'm sure there is some level of anxiety there when you're a person who's been thinking their whole life about, like, maybe I want to have kids, and you have a limited time to do that. I'm sure there is some level of anxiety about it, so it's good to put on the table. Taking clock. Ticking clock. Highly doubt you're a mutant. Oh. Did this link come out right? Okay. So I was saying we're talking about it from two different directions. One is like heritability, which if I'm not totally misconstruing that, heritability is how much it, like how likely it is to be passed on. But my other question was, it's highly genetic, but considering that it's already genetic in your family, I highly doubt you're... Well, yeah. So, like, heritability, I assume, is how likely something is to be passed on. But there's also the other question is, how likely is something to develop in other ways than is genetic? Is that solely through mutation? Are there other factors involved? I don't know. Never gotten into medicine. I thought about it for a little bit. I started taking my sciences and went, I think I got to OChem, and I was like, this is not me. Nope, can't do it. Well, okay, mutation is genetic, but not in the hereditary sense. Maddie getting all technical with me. We are technical people. Just calling me out. And therefore higher than most other psychiatric diseases. Damn, that's a bitch. That sucks. Maddie. God damn it, Maddie. You know what I mean. You are technically correct. Genetics, environment, society, and culture. Yes, but in genetics there would be direct heritability. I don't know if there's a term for that. Like, if the transcription occurs as there is no intention in transcription. If the transcription occurs without fault, is there ever, like, is there always fault in transcription? I don't know. I don't know the rates of transcription failure. Now I'm struggling with the definition of heritable. I'm sitting here going, like, if if in transcription there was a mutation, yes, it occurred in heredity, but that doesn't mean it was inherited, does it? I feel like if it mutated, then you didn't inherit it. I know mutations happen all the time. But by all the time, do you mean every time? Look at me not claiming to know science that I don't know. By the way, because I never did my my introduction. I mean, hold on, let's see who's in here. Can I even see who's in here? Not unless I bring up the actual Twitch feed. Got 4 viewers. I don't think there's anybody to introduce myself to, but I'll do it anyway just for practice. I'm Know Nothing Attorney. I know nothing, so you can too, because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And right now we are learning some genetics from Maddie. Doge did nothing for the average American. Six viewers? What the hell happened? Do I need to introduce myself again? I'm Know Nothing Attorney. I know nothing, so you can too, because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. So if you just came in and you want to learn something, or you want to challenge me on something that you think you know that you think I'm wrong about, do it. Go for it. I don't know who you 6 viewers are, these new 2 viewers that came in. Yeah, Borgar? What? Why are we Borgar now? Icon has cheeseburger? God, that's old internet. Old internet. I told the Tremors story earlier, right? I didn't get any reaction on Tremors. No one loves Tremors in here. Tremors is a good ass movie. We got favorite movies in here. Again, this is the content that y'all followed the channel for. Y'all gotta forgive me. I feel like I'm going insane like these past couple days. You do not watch films? Well, it's very kind of you to call Tremors a film. Not just a movie, it's a film. Tremors is like a small Western American town that's like landlocked in a basin that ancient creatures wake up and they're like tunneling worms with like multiple tongues that have their own heads, and they sense movement through vibrations in the earth. So basically the movie becomes a big adult game of the floor is lava. It's fun. It's got Kevin Bacon in it. It's a good time. Why am I going insane? Because I haven't missed a day of streaming in what, 2.5 months? I don't even remember when I started anymore. And been putting a lot of work into it, and I keep having nights where I have to stream late, and then I've got this whole date thing going on, which is giving my brain the heebies. And then, you know, I've got A, work stress, and then B, interview for new work stress. Interview went great. Breaks are important, and I think that's what I'm doing right now. This is my break. Building a stronger connection between me and my regulars. I love you guys. So I'm just kind of taking it casual, but I do want to keep the momentum going so long as I feel like I can maintain it. So I think this is maintaining it. This is me chilling out a little bit. We were chill a bit last night, just watching an old debate with Super Jesus, and maybe I should make some, like, maybe next time I can do some video editing and turn that into a YouTube video. But this is, like, I'm way more chill now than I was for the month and a half that I was making that 30-minute video. Like, that was draining me. That was so draining. And I think I might still be recovering from that a little bit. Why do I stream daily? The main answer to that is, if you, like, at least I have the idea in my head, you, like, if you keep the momentum going, then you don't miss an opportunity to gain more momentum. And any day I don't stream, I may miss an opportunity to have a debate with a crazy right-winger, which helps build more engagement. So I'm trying to keep it going until I feel like I've got, like, not just momentum, but like a steady velocity, I guess. But like, if I feel like things get really rough, I will take a day off. And one thing I did, I have missed a single day. I have missed a single day. But when I say missed, I just didn't feel up to going online, so I just recorded myself working on the video. And so that video exists. I haven't uploaded it to YouTube, but I have it. So if I want to upload it, I can do that. That's the only day I've quote-unquote missed. And maybe I'll do that at another point where I'm just like, I can't handle going online in front of people today. But I think I've gotten past that point. It's no longer a thing for me. Man, I was so stressed about starting this. And now it's just kind of casual. It's my everyday. And I like doing it. It's fun. And I love you guys for that. I will keep telling you that I love you guys. Aliana, Maddie, OMG Sticks, Billy Blee, my regulars. I love you guys. Let's be parasocial together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So no one has a favorite movie. That's sad. Yes. There was a time where I got a bonus, and right when I got the bonus, I was watching Vosh, and I was appreciating Vosh's work, and I sent Vosh a $50 tip. I was like, just got a bonus. I just want to show appreciation. Like, one of my favorite people. Like, you do good work. And he read the message, was like, one of my favorite people. Wow, he was like, wow, that's really parasocial. I was like, damn, man, man, ow. I just like the work you do. I'm sorry. I should go into other streams, and I will. If y'all have any recommendations, I'd be glad to take them. I think it's part of my mental framework that, like, I have to build my space. I feel good and solid in my space, and then from there I can branch out. And I think I am reaching the point where I'm ready to, like, go see what else is out there and jump in there, challenge some people in their space. But maybe I can rely on my regulars to point me in directions. Tis Augustus on Twitch. Try Baraday. Okay, so y'all are sending me right wingers. Okay. Looks like Baraday posts their streams in just chatting. What is... Baraday has like over the garden wall as like a home image? What is this? Hey, look, I see Maddie and Baraday's chat. Def not right wing. Okay. Are you suggesting that I, like, try to collaborate? all chess challengers right now? Oh, dude, chess, not for me. Nope. Now you're proposing one of those things to me where my brain goes, there's a right move every single time, and if you don't play the right move, then you're playing the wrong move, and you're just being wrong every single time. Stupid brain. PhD in philosophy in Australia. Like, I think it's a thing in my brain where I'm like, chess is technically a solvable game. It hasn't been solved, but it's technically solvable. Stupid brain. When my friends are going through it, like I've experienced going through it, so I like to give my friends some help when they're, you know, facing those mental health challenges. And like, I like to tell them, look, what you need to do is stop assuming your brain is smart. You are smart. You are smart, but you are separate from your brain. Well, part of your brain that you identify with as the thinking part of your brain is different from other parts of your brain. And certain parts of your brain are really fucking stupid. They work on an animal basis. They just have inputs, and then they don't even think about the outputs. They just test outputs until they see results, and they go, I guess this is the best result I got, so I'll just do that thing again. I'll just keep doing that thing until I die. So I try to teach these friends, I'm like, what you need to do is identify what the stupid brain's pattern is. And if you start seeing as the stupid brain as separate from yourself, it becomes a lot easier. You identify it as something else, and then when it's something else, you can look for the patterns. Until you die. Yeah. I hate the stupid brain. The stupid brain is the worst. But to be fair, like I said, it has recognizable patterns. So I don't know if I've ever brought this up on stream before, but I recently hit the marker of 100 pounds lost. I lost 100 pounds. And the final part of that push was finally figuring out what my stupid brain's pattern was with food and why I have the relationship I do with food. And then I was just like, okay, I can work with that. I can figure out a way to trick you into thinking that's not a thing anymore. Well, thanks, guys. What I realized was, so I was emotionally neglected as a kid. My parents did not want to have kids anymore. Like I said earlier, I was 6 years after my older sister, 13 years after my older brother. And after my sister was born, my dad had a vasectomy. And I was still born 6 years later. They decided they didn't want kids anymore, and I said, fuck you guys, I'm coming anyway. And, I mean, I guess, thankfully, they said, alright, fine. You can be here at home, we're just not gonna act like parents anymore. Not that my dad ever acted like a parent to my siblings either. But, so I was emotionally neglected, and the only positive experiences I had with my family were at the dinner table. I mean, maybe that's even, like, the only experiences I had with my family. The only time they were ever together, sharing moments together, were at the dinner table. And we didn't have dinners together very often. It just, when it happened, wow, the family's together. Security, amazing. And I realized, if I try to think about my brain from an animal perspective, what is my brain? Like, obviously I have a maladaptive behavior. My brain is not trying to hurt me. So what is my brain doing? Why is my brain treating this like a life or death situation, and it's eating to survive? And I go, oh shit. If I think about it like an animal, if I imagine like a wildebeest, they graze as a herd. And humans are partially predator brained, partially herd brained. So there's something in there that is like, you can eat when you have the security of having the group. So if you can eat when you have the security of the group, if you start to feel ostracized, if you start to feel like the outgroup of the herd, then that is threatening to your security. It is threatening to your health. It is threatening to your life. You may not be able to eat safely anymore if you are ostracized. So what you need to do right now, if you feel uncomfortable, eat. Eat now while you still have the herd, because you will not be guaranteed the herd tomorrow. So eat now, eat now, eat now, because there will come a time of famine. That made so much fucking sense to me. And the way I broke that pattern was after I identified that, for like a week, just a single week, every time that I picked out food to eat, I then cut out 20% of it and threw it away. And by doing that, I was like, on one hand, I'm going to say, I am honoring this piece of my brain that demands satisfaction. I'm saying, this is for you. This 20%, this is for you. You don't need to eat. You're just a part of my brain. But I'm recognizing you, and I'm saying this 20% is for you. But the other thing that I'm doing is recognizing that I have surplus. I am not in danger. I don't have a scarcity problem. By cutting out 20%, I am recognizing I don't have scarcity. I did that for every single thing I ate for a week. And then after a week, I just had a better relationship with food. And that helped me lose the last 20 pounds. Alchemy. It's just recognizing the animal patterns in your brain, because you are an animal. Every part of your brain that you hate, that frustrates you, that you wish you didn't do, is just a maladaptive behavior. It is not your brain trying to hurt you. It is your brain repeating a pattern that it has relied upon, thinking that it is saving you. So if you can just figure out how it has rationalized that it is saving you, you can figure out what you can do to work with that part of your brain. Remember, that's your stupid brain. Your stupid brain bends to your will because you're the smart one. Have y'all ever seen, oh god, I'm gonna reference it and then I'm gonna totally forget what it is as I'm trying to refer to it. It's a webcomic that my friend pointed me to. Surely I can find it if I just Google it. It's not just a webcomic, it's like a blog. No. It's too late to text this friend. He would know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a blog / webcomic where he like analyzes how the brain works, and there's like a Neanderthal part of the brain that like uses fire, and then there's like a rational part of the brain that has like a wizard staff that emits light, and and they have like a dashboard that I think predates Inside Out, but it's basically like that. Frankly amazing is live right now. And are you sending me debaters? For what it's worth, I don't think I'm going to start tonight, but I do appreciate you pointing out people to me so that I can assess for the future. And thanks for sticking with me while I'm just chatting, guys. Love y'all for that. Don't be sorry, you just shared somebody with me, and I just thanked you for it. I say thanks for sticking with me, but somehow we're down to 2 people. Oh, you have like the biggest dumb brain. Alright, forget this. I'm not gonna remember the name of the blog. I mean, y'all still have a king. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. What the hell? I mean, who has a king? It's 2025. sorry. You live in a social contract that is a nation, and that nation has a king. Not my president. Has the king been to Epstein's Island? Is it just the man formerly known as Prince Andrew? Cool. Why hasn't his why haven't his titles been stripped? What was... Oh, I was looking up the person you sent me. Where... Okay, I want to go to Twitch. Now we're back to 5 viewers. I don't understand this. It's just like jumping up and down. Okay, who'd you send me? Frankly amazing. Oh, nope. What is this? What is this childlike girl thing? What is this? VTubers. UNC? What's UNC? Are you calling me Unk? Frankly amazing.
Globally, worst thing to do. And it's
Interesting, I didn't know
it's
that.
an easy fix, man.
I'm a patriot. God, that's a great label when somebody calls themselves a patriot. Like, I don't think righties understand. Like they think when lefties get weirded out by people like proclaiming patriotism and saying they're patriots, that like they're being un-American. But I don't think righties understand that when you call yourself a patriot, it feels like the same as somebody calling themselves a hero. It's like, what are you doing? Why would you do that? I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but I'm just kind of like icked by you saying that. Great. I love them in DMs because like I don't like I'm gonna have to go back through all this chat later, and I don't. It's easier if it's in DMs. Check out my YouTube. It's playing video games. Oh yeah, I want to play some more Deltarune. Is it all video games? Is it all video games? It looks like it's all video games. Said he's the hero. Do you agree with the assessment? Like, is that just my vibe? Like, it feels like somebody going like, "I'm epic." Like, cool, dude. Good for you. But I feel like patriotism and nationalism are two different things. They are two different things. Patriotism is like association of your nation with particular values and purporting to uphold those values. And nationalism is the preference for the benefit of your nation against, like, even if it comes to the detriment of others. At least that's my understanding. I don't know. I don't find patriotism cringe. I find proclaiming oneself as a patriot cringe. like, I like to think that I associate with the values of America, but I also know that people disagree on what those are. So it's weird to say that you fit the mold. So like I'm proclaiming I have the correct version of it, and I also consider myself to be those things. How would we feel if I played Deltarune right now? Would it be over? The stream would be over. I critically think literally everything. I can't avoid it. People be like, can you just like respond like a normal person? And I'm just like, but you presented an idea and I can't just accept the idea as surface level as you want me to. I actually think I have a shameful history when it comes to critical thinking. I remember when I started critical thinking and I wasn't good at it. I think that's probably the best way I've ever explained that. It's like I did start critical thinking and I got to bad conclusions, but I was critical thinking. I was just not good at it. And it did have to do with God. I became a man, what's a good term for that? A crush believer? A girl crazed believer? Yeah, more had to do with a girl than God, I think. I went to Texas A&M, so it was super conservative, it was super Christian, and I was already an atheist by the time I got there. And then freshman or sophomore year, I fell hard for a girl. Yeah, I did. I learned to critically think for a woman. And the worst part of it is she did the opposite. Her dad was a NASA engineer. She interned at NASA. She graduated high school in 3 years. She graduated college in 3 years, and she became the editor of a local newspaper within like 2 years. She was crushing it. But that wasn't what she was interested in because she was a fundamentalist Christian woman. And she ended up marrying a guy who, I think she told me that he wanted to be a pastor. And then I don't think he ever did that. And now she lives in Bell County, Texas, which is not the most prosperous of parts of Texas. Ha. So I had just the worst of ulterior motives to start thinking critically. So what happened was I was an atheist without really caring about it or thinking about it. I grew up confused about what religion meant to my family. We never talked about it. We went to church, but we never went to services. We only went to Sunday school. I don't even know if people in general know what Sunday school is. Good, Billy Blee. I'm glad I can be that for you, and I will continue to say I'm glad I can be standard for you. I like being standard. So, at A&M, fell hard for this girl, and I ended up telling her. We had a long conversation at an IHOP late at night after we went to a dance hall, and I challenged her on her faith. She didn't budge at all, even though I was like, you have literally given no good points in response. But at the end of it, she was like, I can't date somebody who isn't a Christian. I can't do it. And I was like, that sucks. I think you're really wicked smart and cool, and I hate this. And hot. Also extremely hot. But so I went home, and like for the next 48 hours, I was like, I really respect this woman, and I also really respect my roommate. They're both diehard Christians, and I have challenged both of them so much on this issue, and they never budge at all. Why? What am I missing? why do they never budge? And so I dug myself into a mental hole trying to figure it out when there's nothing to figure out. I don't know why I didn't just come to the conclusion, because that's what indoctrination is. But me, I was like, okay, well, you've never really challenged yourself on this. What if you just decided you believe nothing? Let's go back to square one. Recognize that everything that you have learned has been given to you by other people. You didn't do it yourself. Let's go back to square one, accept you believe nothing, and see where you come out. What happens when you start building from philosophical nothing? And I did that to myself. I deconstructed everything that I had in my mind and started building from scratch. And I got to some bad conclusions because I had motivations that I could not remove from myself no matter how hard I tried. I had motivations to convince myself that I could be Christian because I was into this girl that bad. And I convinced myself. I became a fundy Christian. I went from a not really caring Christian to an atheist to a fundy Christian, and dated that girl for 3 years. And she was awesome. Until she wasn't at the end of it. Which our relationship had become not awesome, and that was largely the fault of my untreated neuroses. So I don't put all the blame on her, but she made some decisions, and I cut it off. Neuroses. Am I using that word wrong? Yeah. I had my anxiety, I had my PTSD, I had depression, and none of that I knew I had, and none of it was treated, and made shit hard for her. No, I did not have brain melting. I'm not RFK. Hell yeah, divorcees, let's fucking go. Divorce is a superpower. For those who choose it. I imagine it. I mean, maybe it was a superpower for my ex-wife. I don't feel like she's gotten any better, but... And you know what else we're doing today? Not only are we building a connection between, I guess, just me and you, Aliana, but we got the debate slides up there. So we're putting the bait out. So it's not like we're doing nothing. Economics-based marriage. Woof, that is a really rough phrase. That was a really rough phrase. Couldn't say mine was economically based because she'd ever worked a fucking day in her life. And that's not entirely true. She worked through being 19, but she never had like a 40-hour-a-week job. She never had like a career. And then once we got married, she never worked a day. I was a fundy Christian. She was a fundy Christian. She wanted to be a housewife and wanted to be a mom who focused on raising the kid at home. And I was like, I can support you in that. Even if it means we are going to survive as 3 people on $30,000 a year. That is me supporting you in that. We got this. I work my wives hard. Your multiple wives? That's because fundy Christian men are real men. But, you know, as I put it to my date on our first date, damn, dude. Damn, I mean, like, if it's If it's an economics-based marriage, I don't know if that really counts as cheating, but cheating, man. I can't put myself in those shoes. Can never put myself in those shoes. Which is something I had to talk to my date about too. She has some anxieties about me having, because a couple of my best friends are girls, and that she's had some bad experiences with that, and I'm having to convince her little by little, like, that's not something you gotta worry about with me. That's never gonna happen. I hope you're not talking about me and the woman I've had 2 dates with, because man, I've got attachment problems, but I'm trying to hold myself back and be rational a little bit. I proposed to my ex-wife after 3 months of dating. We married on the anniversary of our first date. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah, shouldn't have done that. And she gave me off-ramps, too. Because I gave her mono after we were engaged for 2 months. She got mono. And I swear mono broke her fucking brain. And she recognized it. Because, like, a couple months into it, she's like, I don't know if you should marry me anymore. I feel like this has totally messed me up. I don't think it's a good idea to marry me. And I was like, no, I love you. You're my person. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I'm sure that the mono won't last forever. Mononucleosis, it's a virus that breaks down the main thing it does is break down your nervous system, not your nervous system, your immune system. But I think some studies have shown that there are cases where it does attack your nervous system. She swears that it got her optical nerve and she lost 20/20 vision, had to wear contacts. Oh no. We got her LASIK. I remember. I bought her LASIK surgery. Sometimes it fucking feels like it, dude. And, you know, I think that's probably a typical thing for people, like neurodivergent people, is like, you don't have the tools to respond to things in a healthy way, so it kind of puts you in a cycle of having negative reactions to things. And you respond negatively, so the world around you responds to your response negatively, and you end up in, like, just bad situations. Doctors say neurodivergent? I don't feel like doctors usually use that term. They usually tell you in what way you're neurodivergent. I mean, my life can't be that much of a series of unfortunate events. I'm an attorney that makes pretty damn good money. I'm pretty well educated. I'm doing all right. Life did get pretty shit, I guess. Oh, I didn't even realize I was like picture in picture in picture in picture. I'll just fucking... There we go. I should go to bed soon. What do you think is bullshit? Being neurodivergent? Like, by bullshit, do you mean a lie, or do you mean it sucks? Like, it sucks being autistic? Some people suggest to me that maybe I'm autistic, and I'm like, no. I've talked to people about this. I am just complex PTSD and ADHD, both of which have a huge overlap with autism. So I'm just the most autistic non-autistic. Or no, I'm the most autistic non-autistic person on the planet. So your diagnosis is autistic, and you just think it's a lie? I hate to break it to you, but it's like, what? I forget where you're at. It's after 1 o'clock at least, and you're on a stream with 4 viewers, in a very niche topic. I think you might have a special interest. I am proud to be part of your special interest. You have a home here. You are always welcome, and you will always be appreciated in this space. I definitely have a special interest. That's why I'm here. We're in a corner of the internet where we found each other having the same special interest. You also post a lot of cat gifs. I'm sorry. You're welcome. I'm proud of you. I'm sure you've been through some shit. Yeah, exactly. So what? I just have a special interest. So what? I just really like Metal Gear, okay? I probably know more about Metal Gear than anybody you know. I'm sorry. It's not something I'm even allowed to talk to with people on a normal basis. Maybe on Twitch it's okay. Of course. I'll just sit here and appreciate my AI music. Oh my god, Aliana, you got no idea. I appreciate you though. Like, I'm more focused on like my political side of things, but I think sometimes it's fun to like go, okay, like maybe I'll have like a Know Nothing gaming channel too. And I've always wanted to make a video where I analyze Metal Gear Solid 1 from like a literary perspective and look at it in terms of like how people have misinterpreted the idea of the gene theme for the entire life cycle of the game, and how people entirely miss all of the religious representation in the game. Like, Big Boss is supposed to be representative of God in that sense. It's but it also likens God to man's obsession with science and war, and the marriage between science and war, and it's supposed to be like a man kills God type scenario. Yeah, you like Metal Gear? Are you a millennial? Are you a millennial that likes Metal Gear? Come look at my politics Twitch. Go for it. We're basically in our own corner of the internet right now, where no one else has anything to do with it. I love your enthusiasm and optimism. I just gotta feed my own special interests sometimes, you know? And sometimes I just like, I sit there doing my attorney job and go, in Deltarune, is Ralsei actually Asriel, and he's not at college, he's just part of this conspiracy to trick the player into finishing the game a certain way so that a prophecy, quote-unquote, which is just the plot of the game, is completed, but it's completed under different circumstances than it otherwise would be completed, so that a certain character doesn't die, and they choose a homeless girl to die in her place. That's fascinating. Which is why I'm wanting to replay Deltarune, because I have this whole theory in my head now. And I just want to see how well it works. Feels pretty good. Waiting on that trauma story. Meanwhile, I'll check for texts from my not girlfriend. Who sent me a YouTube video and why? What is it? That's not autism. That's something else. Oh, right. He sent me a Dimitri Martin video. I forgot about that. So, like, when I was 2 years old, an older cousin sexually assaulted me. There's a gap in my memory, so I forgot if there was penetration, and it's probably for the better. And there's a voice in my head, and it said, "It's okay, he's only 9, he doesn't know better." It's like a voice separate from my personal thoughts voice. I hear voices all the time when I'm off my meds. Yeah. I think the psyche... I have a thing with like different... I don't know if it's the same kind of different voices, but in my weight loss journey, I also had to identify multiple different voices that like approach things in different ways, and I think that's something our psyche does too. I think it's like to protect ourselves from injury, like mental injury, we cordon off a part of our brain that is allowed to not be hurt, and there are other parts of our psyche that take on the damage for us, and that's where we get like some different voices. It's like you can't be hurt if there are 2 of you and only one of you gets hurt. Good night, Billy Blee. Thank you for being here. What, splitting off different parts of your psyche? Yeah, the brain has so many different ways of tricking itself. It's fascinating. The psychological journey for like my weight loss started with me like I think it was my therapist like asking me like what vibes do you get when you deal with with eating, and I was like, you know, now I think about it, I think there are like 3 voices competing anytime that there's like a food proposition, and I'll call them the victim, the monster, and the interceder. And the victim is the one that's just like has like normal feelings about food, and it's just like, I'm not hungry, I don't need to eat, so why are we doing this? Please don't. I feel like I'll be uncomfortable if I eat something, so please don't do that. And there's the monster voice that just goes, it's going to happen. You're going to eat. We're going to eat something because there is a hole in me and I have to fill it with food, so it is unavoidable that this is going to happen. So just don't fight. I mean, it's more simple than that. It's more animal than that. It's just a vibe that it's like a threat. It's like, shut the fuck up. We're going to eat. And then the third voice was the interceder, which was like, I imagine the monster or the victim at some point split off to be like, well, gotta protect one of these. And the interceder basically split off as a third voice to deal with the interchange between the first and the second voice, the victim and the monster, because the interceder would approach the victim voice and be like, hey, look, I don't want you to feel like you don't have control, because a lack of control is going to feel scary and it's going to hurt you psychologically and emotionally. So I don't want you to feel like you don't have control. Problem is, if it's just you and the monster, you're just going to lose. You're going to lose every single time, and you have no control. Honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you, you don't have any control, because you will just lose to the monster every single time. So you know what's better? You know what a better idea is? Let's rationalize. Let's rationalize you eating. You put in a lot of work this week. Maybe you should eat something. It's okay. Like, you can treat yourself, or like you did a lot of activity today, so you burned some extra calories, so maybe you can eat something. That's fine. Or, you know what? Hey, you're hurting. You're hurting. Like, you could use the comfort. Like, this is a comfort food to you, so you can eat. When really all the rationalizing doesn't make any fucking sense. There's no point to the rationalizing, because the point is, I'm just going to lose, and I've come up with excuses so that I don't have to worry about losing. I'm just really fascinated by the inner workings of my own mind. And I've discovered that the more I explore my own mind, the more capable I become of fighting through the things that I never realized. Like, they're sitting with me. They'll always sit with me. But at least when I recognize them, then I can change how I view things so that I can move forward. The me I am now is so different than the me I was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was a doormat. I didn't see any value in myself. Like, my people in my life would always tell me, like, dude, you're like, this is not me tooting my own horn. This is things I would hear from people. They're like, dude, you're fucking really smart, dude. I don't think you appreciate how smart you are. And this was even after law school. Before law school, people would be like, dude, you're really smart. I don't think you understand that. You should really do something with it. And I refused to see that value that other people saw in me. Because I was like, if I were valuable, I would think that my life would be better. I would have better outcomes. I would have more people that reflected my interest in them back to me. And so it's not possible that that's true. Yeah. Like, it's hard, like especially if I look back and go, well, the source of my CPTSD is being emotionally neglected. Like, if the people who are supposed to care about you the most never cared about you, how are you supposed to care about yourself? How are you supposed to view yourself as valuable? Yeah. And like, negative thought loops basically usually come from maladaptive behaviors, like attempts to do something good that is not the right way to do things. And so, that was the first step in my psychological journey in weight loss, was recognizing those three voices. And one of the things that I was doing for weight loss early on was I used an AI coach. Like, I got, at the time I was using ChatGPT, and later I moved to Claude because I think it's more helpful for projects. And I just use it as like a daily tracker. I'd be like, keep track of my caloric intake, keep track of my activity. Here's where I'm at today. Make me some recommendations for what I could do to like keep making progress. And that was really effective for me. You know, like, with my mental makeup, it's just kind of hard to keep track of my own life. So that's why taking care of myself is so hard. But like, after that meeting with my therapist where I identified those three voices, I went back to my AI coach and I was like, here's the shit that I talked about today. I thought it was like really worthwhile, and I just want to record it so that like we keep track of it. And the AI coach came back and was like, well, you've got three voices in your head. And it sounds like the third one is basically playing lawyer for the monster. You're a lawyer. Why don't you make a fourth voice in your head that is a lawyer for the one that doesn't have anyone representing it? Be a lawyer for the victim. I was like, oh shit. I can just make a fourth voice? I can make a voice that sticks up for the part of me that just feels like it's getting bullied all the time? This is a great idea. Right? Seriously. I was like, oh, okay. And I mean, that seriously worked. It was great. Especially when, like, I identified those three voices, so I can, like, basically watch them interact with each other, and then I can just kind of step in and be like, all right, guys. Let me say some things. I'm telling you, you are smart, your brain is dumb. So you can identify how your dumb brain works, and you can make it work for you. It's a fun, like I feel like I have such little programming background knowledge, but I did like take some programming in high school, and I feel like it just kind of naturally makes sense to my brain. I feel like there's like a bit of programming there. It's like, all right, let's take this tool we have and understand its mechanism. I understand the mechanism. Based on the mechanism I have, can I program it to do different things that are more helpful? And that's basically what retooling your maladaptive systems are. Or that's what it is. Just me doing pseudo psychology in here. Alright, it's 2 a.m. Aliana. I have had a great time just shooting the shit with you. It's been a good time. But you didn't tell me... Wait, was that your story of your first time critical thinking? Was the voice saying it's okay, he's only 9, he doesn't know better? That was the critical thinking? Or was there more to it? Ah. I think the real critical thinking would be analyzing why there was another voice in your head and why it said the thing it did. There's some critical thinking for you. You should analyze that. Okay. You ready for the sign-off, Aliana? You ready? Ha. I love giving out homework. I like to approach things with a teacher mentality. Okay. Here comes the sign-off. I'm Know Nothing Attorney. I know nothing, so you can too. Because it's only in embracing that we know nothing that we can actually learn anything. And that's what we're doing here tonight. It's what we do every night. We're learning together. And as always, I'm proud of you. I don't need to know you personally for that to be real. You deserve to hear it. Because life is hard. It's always been hard, and it always will be hard. But the way you face every single day, the way you personally do, is remarkable. It's remarkable, Aliana. I'm proud of you specifically, as well as everybody else. So stay remarkable, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. You're a killer. Slay tomorrow. And get some rest. Go to fucking bed, you autist. Stop chasing your special interest. Go to bed, get some rest. Alright. Good night.